Hello, gorgeous! Today, I'd like to share with you my review and experience of the Korean series When the Phone Rings. So, how I came across this series is that because it has been showing on my Netflix feed for some time, and finally I decided to give it a go this week. And what I thought was that the first half of the series was so exciting. It was so captivating. I thought that I watched every episode one after the other because I just couldn't wait to see what happens next. And what I thought actually was it was very intriguing. Oh, I think the word is the first few episodes was quite intense. That I felt the excitement within me, and I loved how intense the intensity, and I loved how it captured my attention and how it was boiling feelings within me. That is why it was so exciting. And I found that the part that was so fun and funny was when the female character accidentally sent the heart emoji and the guy was just acting in a funny way because he got that reaction from her, and all the actions that he was doing after getting that message was affected by that because he was so happy deep inside. So he couldn't hide it. And yeah, that was one of the funny parts. I couldn't stop laughing. However, during the second half, I found that it wasn't as enjoyable. I felt it was a bit unnecessary, or some parts of it, and it felt like it was dragging. It felt a bit dragging. And it could have been affected by the how the storyline was made, because the romance peaked somewhere in the middle, and so from there the excitement kind of went downhill a bit. And they added a few twists and something to make it more like intriguing. However, because they wanted to explain the story a bit more, why the characters were acting the way that they were. However, when you got to the conclusion and found out the reason, it was like that was it. It wasn't like, oh, so that was it. No, it wasn't like that. It was like, if I can compare it to the another series, which was 17 Again. You know how the reason that the way that the male character was acting that way, and then when they showed the conclusion or the reason why he was like that, it was understandable why he is acting that way. But for this one, for When the Phone Rings, it's like the actors and the actress was acting so well, but it didn't match the storyline, the reasons and the conclusions of the storyline, how it how the conclusion was like, yeah, it was a bit corny or cheesy. Like, you didn't like, it just felt for me like they didn't have to do those kind of things for the reasons that they did. Like, so that is what I thought. But I still loved it, mostly for the the first part, and because I have learned or realized the main lesson, that is, two different people are experiencing the same event, however they are not experiencing the same exact experience, because they have their own experience, which is, you know, how the male character was feeling that the home that they were in, that it was warm, it was comforting, and that it was a relief, a place of relief for him. But for the female, at first, you know, she felt that it was cold, she was feeling rejected, and that's why she felt angry and she just wanted a divorce. But then when they finally shared each other's feelings, they found out that they actually liked or loved each other. So so that is a great, amazing realization that, in real life, I mean, in our daily life, this can be applied to romantic or even non-romantic relationships, that everyone is experiencing a completely different world from each other. So it is actually helpful to know the perspective of another, because you are not it's not the same for everyone. If you want to have a to avoid misunderstanding or have a richer relationship or experience with each other. And it was definitely still, and it was definitely funny, the first half. All right. So I still would recommend it for that reason. And the second part is just, I think the good part that I can see from the second half is that I can see how the actors were so great. The actress and the actors were so great at what they do. And I think that is all I can remember. So it is a shorter review and nothing too much in detail. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time. Bye.